Arkanoid was released in August of 1987. Published by Taito and developed by Atlus, Arkanoid was the first game developed by Atlus for the NES. The game is a port of the 1986 arcade title of the same name. Arkanoid is an evolution of Atari's Breakout games that adds power-ups, different types of bricks, as well as more diverse level designs and visual layering. The game features a loose plot where the space vessel Voss escapes from a doomed mothership named Arkanoid. Beyond that, there isn't much in terms of the game's plot. The main goal of each level of the game is to take out all the destroyable bricks on each level. This is done by bouncing a ball off the ship you control at the bottom of the screen. If you miss the ball and the ball falls below you, you lose a life. The game's gameplay is basic, but it's a lot of fun. Well, at least until the later levels when the difficulty ramps up drastically from level to level, where the game can become frustrating. Arkanoid is the only game on the NES that came with its own controller, the Voss controller, that can only be used with it. This controller gives you a dial rather than a D-pad to control your ship, which gives you drastically better accuracy and speed. The downside of this controller is that it's rare and fetches upwards of $50 to $70 for a decent used controller. Also, because of the controller being packaged with the game, it also comes with one of the few non-standard sized NES boxes. Graphically, the game looks pretty simple, but it does have a certain arcadiness to the graphics that makes everything pop and look nice. Unfortunately, the game's soundtrack is super lacking, with only one song on the entire game, and the rest of the music just being fanfares. On the bright side, the game's only song is good, although on the downside, as it's the game's ending song, you'll probably never hear it. Arkanoid is a fun game to pick up and play, however, it does ramp up on difficulty drastically, which can be a major pain, especially since the game doesn't feature any continues and needs to be beaten in a single playthrough. To make matters worse, the game's drastically harder to play without the Voss-style controller. Due to its rarity, it's hard to play the game properly without that controller. Overall, I find Arkanoid to be a really fun arcade game, however, if you are actually trying to beat the game, it would be really grating.